Mental disorders are a hot topic among movie directors and actors. The latter portray the characters so naturally that they can become a real-life encyclopedia for psychiatrists. Carl Jung suggested that a person can observe even the least pleasant traits in themselves. Leopold Zündi created a test based on a series of portraits with different dimensions of personality. Brightside was inspired by the famous psychiatrist's works and made a test with our own characters. Character diagnosis. It's hard to recognize the sadist in the nice young man from the 2007 movie Funny Games. What your choice means you seem to be a calm and reasonable person, but you're also stubborn. If you don't want to do something, you won't say it out loud. On the contrary, you'll create numerous difficulties on your way until you get rid of the task. You enjoy creating psychological pressure on people. Your inner self tries to suppress the need to dominate. Character diagnosis. A movie from Argentinian director Fabian Bielinski, Fiora tells the story of a taxidermist who suffers from epileptic seizures. What your choice means people see you as a kind and charming person. You are easygoing and quite responsible. However, you put your anger under control a long time ago, and you don't show outbursts to anyone. Your inner self tries to form a new personality that will take over the negative traits. Character diagnosis. The film Awakenings, based on Oliver Sacks's memoir, tells a story about a doctor who researches the syndrome of catatonia, a disease characterized by total immobilization or numbness. What your choice means you are very shy and don't like changes. You've come up with your own life rules that you won't break. The reason might hide in your childhood when you had to suppress your mental hyperactivity to save the connection with reality. Your inner self still fears to lose self-control. Character diagnosis. In The Perfect Host, you can see a good man turning into a monster, the perfect way to show true schizophrenia on screen, chosen by the director, Nick Tomei. What your choice means you are used to hiding your indifference toward other people, trying to be involved and looking for reasons to keep them in your life. You hide the feeling of loneliness. This is why your relationships seem to be very shallow, and you often think that living alone suits you more. Being more social is essential for you to avoid your inner self. Character diagnosis. The title of the movie speaks for itself: agoraphobia, fear of open spaces and the feeling of being trapped. What your choice means you seem to be very shy. However, your psychological stability depends on people's opinion. You often feel unsatisfied with your life, but you keep that secret. Your introverted behavior hides inner fear and anxiety. Character diagnosis. The main character in Adam is a shy and kind man with Asperger's syndrome. What your choice means you have three personalities living in you: an actor, a loner, and an outcast. You can be a very open and carefree person, but then you might want to hide from many people and find a soulmate. You perceive this world differently, and sometimes you think that it's violent to you. That is why you choose to be more closed and demonstrate your emotional coldness to people. Character diagnosis. A crime comedy drama film Filth shows a bunch of characters' mental issues, and depression is among them. What your choice means people see you as a very optimistic person, sociable and carefree too. However, when home alone, you are very sad and apathetic, and you don't hide your inner pain. Most likely you have found a way to hide from your thoughts. You go deep into someone's problems and act as a psychiatrist sometimes, forgetting about yourself completely. Character diagnosis. After the death of his abusive mother, the main character in Peacock starts wearing her clothes and a wig. This type of behavior is called dissociative identity disorder. What your choice means from childhood, you've been trying to identify your sexuality, and now you take good care of your looks. The main task of your inner self is to suppress the sex identification. You know for sure what a man and a woman should look like. Any deviation from your image causes rejection and resentment. Character diagnosis. In the thriller No Country for Old Men, Javier Bardem amazingly performed the role of a serial killer with manic depression. What your choice means you create the impression of a logical person who keeps everything under control. However, if you stop holding yourself, you are going to lose it. You have emotions inside that you can hardly control, and any small accident can push you over the edge. You avoid extremes and noisy places. Character diagnosis. A mystic thriller After Life shows a very rare diagnosis, Cotard syndrome, a condition when a person believes that he died. What your choice means you try to escape from the so-called imprisonment. Mental disorders are a hot topic among movie directors and actors. The latter portray the characters so naturally that they can become a real-life encyclopedia for psychiatrists. Carl Jung suggested that a